Hey guys, Toolman Tim here. Today we're going to take a look at a rather ingenious piece of power outage equipment, the battery backup LED light from Costco. We're going to explain what do they do, how do they work, the pros, the cons of them. We're even going to tear one apart and we're going to see what's inside. And if you hang around to the very end, I'm going to give you a list of 5 more pieces of emergency preparedness gear you can get at Costco. Handy dandy paperwork, cover, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 2 little hangy things. With the battery, you're going to get about a 10-hour runtime with each light bulb. 6-pack is $19.99 Canadian, which works out to about 15 bucks American. 60 watt equivalent, but it only uses 7 watt. 800 lumens of light, and it's 3000 Kelvin, which means it's going to be rather warm. Here is the battery backup light, a little bit heavier, of course. And here's a regular LED. Same diameter, same base. There you go. Most important place to install these light bulbs, at your bedside table. This is where you're going to be most often when the power's out. Regular light bulb, off. I'm going to install this guy and turn him on. Light, just like my normal lamp. So he has to stay on for about 10 hours to get fully charged. Now we're going to test the one over my wife's side here. So here we are tomorrow morning, the day after, and you'll see in the footage that I charged this up for 10 hours yesterday, just like it recommended, and then I let it run all night for, it ended up being 10.5 hours, and this is what we have left. Still a fair bit of light. Nowhere near what it started with. As you'll notice, as the voltage drops in the battery overnight, it definitely gets dimmer. There was at least 8 hours of usable light. Now you could still use this as an up-close reading lamp or something like that, but overall, it lived up to what the box said. So if you haven't seen these before, or you might be asking the question, what exactly do these do? Well, it's pretty simple. You screw it in and use it like a regular light bulb. They charge while they're turned on, but not while they're turned off. But they work just like a regular light bulb when it's screwed in and turned on. Inside, they contain a little circuit board that handles both the lighting and the charging of the battery for the bulb. That gives you the inside of that. There we go. 1200 milliamp hour, 3.7 volt, 4.44 watt hour. When the switch of the lamp or the light switch is turned off, this goes off and it stops charging. When the power goes out, this guy comes back on as long as the switch is turned on. I get what they do, but more importantly, I want to know, how do they work? That's just the way my brain goes. Most of the power at first charges the rechargeable cell that's in here. So the LED lights are going to get more and more bright the closer it gets to the full 10-hour charge. On this circuit board, there's a capacitor that charges up on the circuitry and it stays charged until the main power is shut off. When that happens, basically it sends the voltage backwards through the circuit, out through the circuitry, down the neutral of the home circuit it's plugged into, and it finds its way back to the bulb, and that's what releases the low voltage power from the battery. It'll run and continue releasing that low voltage power from the battery until either the power is restored or the battery goes dead. So what's the good on these things? Well, first off, they're relatively inexpensive. They're about $3 Canadian, which makes them about $1 more than your standard LED light bulb. They work great as a regular light bulb. They give off plenty of light on the everyday usage. They give off less light during a power outage, but it's an emergency situation where any light is better than no light whatsoever. The internal battery has enough juice in it to run basically all night. So you don't do anything different with this than you do with a non-battery backup light bulb. The only difference is it just sits there waiting to be your savior so that you don't stub your toe in the living room. You can also make a connection with your skin and turn them on that way, or you can hang them in the little hanger and hang them from the ceiling. I like both of those. They're really ideal for bedside lamps, which is typically the place you're going to be when the power goes out if it's dark outside. During the day, doesn't matter. Sound asleep at night, power goes out, you hear your kid hollering, where do you need power? How about the bad? Number one, they have an odd design feature, which turns out to also be a flaw. You can't use these in multiple light fixtures, and you can't use them in 2 lights on the same household circuit. So basically you got to have one per circuit in the house, because if you don't, it ends up tricking itself and thinking that the power's out and it constantly stays on every time you turn it off. Like all of these, unfortunately, they're a throwaway item. If the battery dies, it's no longer any good. All right, so you hung around to the end of the look at the battery backup lights, and I promised you my Costco power outage haul. First off, I picked this up the other day. I've used Anker products for years, and I've yet to have one that lets me down. 2 charger packs with built-in stands. They come with 2 2-foot USB-C to USB-C cables. Specs on these guys: they got magnetic charging built in. What I like about these is you can smack them right on the back of your phone. Each have 7.5 watt mag charger, 5,000 milliamp capacity, input of 12 watts, output of 10 watts. Model number for these bad boys is Bravo 1618 Hotel 115. $39.99 at Costco US, $59.99 at Costco.ca. Keep them in your purse, keep them in your truck, but the most important thing with battery banks, always make sure they're charged. The Zippo Rechargeable Hand Warmer Power Bank. It's a warmer/power bank. You get up to 9 hours of heat. You can choose 1-side or 2-side heat output, up to 120 degrees of fabulous Freedom Unit Fahrenheit heat, 5,200 milliamp hour battery pack, 6 different heat settings. Its input and output is micro USB. Come on, Zippo, get with the times. We're all using USB-C now. Comes with a neck lanyard that I'm going to throw away. The model number is 40685. It weighs 1/3 of a pound, 38 bucks US, 40 bucks Canadian. Great for hockey games, great for volleyball games when I'm sitting there cheering on the girls. It's just really good at keeping you warm and not worrying about heating the rest of the area around you. One of my recent favorite pickups at Costco are these Duracell flashlights. These things are beefy. 1,200 lumens each. They got a high, low, and a strobe mode. 18,650 batteries included, but it also comes with a sleeve that'll allow you to adapt it to 4 AAA batteries. You're gonna get 2 hours of runtime on high 18,650, an hour and a half on AAA high, 7 hours low 18,650, and 5 hours on AAA. Heavy duty aluminum housing. 18,650 batteries for all 3, comes with cables to charge them, sleeves to hold the AAA batteries. Model number is Tango Mike 005 Alpha 00. 35 USD at Costco, 45 Canadian dollars. Keep one in every bedroom drawer and one in the junk drawer in the kitchen. Again, so you don't break your neck when the power goes out. Infinity X1 headlamps. My wife knows that I am a sucker for emergency illumination. Headlamps especially. And if they fit my big noggin, all the better. So you get a pack of 3, each are 700 lumens. They got 5 beam modes, up to 6 hours of runtime for each one. Apparently they're viewable at 100 meters. I haven't tested them yet because they're still in the package. USB rechargeable, you get 3 cables with it for 34 bucks US or 40 bucks Canada. Keep one of these in each bedside tables in case the power goes out. Then it'll allow you to access anything else you need. Link to home, heavy duty metal extension cord reel. This thing is 50 feet long. What I really like about it is its 12 gauge wire. 1, 2, 3, 4 outlets, a lighted on-off rocker switch, and a resettable breaker on the front. Weighs about 10 pounds, 60 bucks US or 75 Canadian. What I use it for mostly is my wife's Christmas and Halloween decorations. It gives me a way to reel it up, keep it clean. It's great to use with a generator. It lets you plug into your generator, run it into your house, 1, 2, 3, 4 outlets to pull off on it. So if you're a bit like me and you complain about going to Costco every time your wife wants to go, but you secretly really like Costco gear, well, check out this video I got right here on the Duracell Costco lantern. If you stuck around to the end of this video, well, that means I made this video just for you. So do me a favor, hit the subscribe button. Not too hard, but just hard enough to stick around because I got a ton of content just like this for you. And as always, stay happy, stay healthy, and have a great week.